Hey, what is going on, guys? XpertFusion here, and today I'm giving you guys my review for Season 8, Episode 4 of The Walking Dead, which was titled Some Guy. So this episode definitely was, it was good. It wasn't better than Episode 2 by any means necessary, but it was definitely better than Episode 1 in my opinion. And I don't know, it kind of was tied for Episode 3 for how good it was. I enjoyed this episode. So there were a few problems I had with it, of course, just like any other episode. Nothing's perfect, and I'll give you guys my critiques on the episode as well. And I guess I can give those first, but first things first that I wanted to critique about the episode would be the directing. Now, I'm actually going to look up the director of this episode if they have it in the Walking Dead Wikipedia, because the thing is, I did not like the directing in this episode. I didn't. The shots, the angles they had, different scenes different action sequences, I hate to say it, I did not like it. I really didn't. I don't know what it was, but like, it just didn't feel like it was well done, and it kind of took away from the excitement and of the action sequences. Some of the walker kills just didn't seem right. They didn't seem like, normal walker kills. It seemed like the noise they made was a little weird. All right, so it's written by, or directed by Dan Liu, which, looking back, he has never directed an episode in Walking Dead history. He might have directed other episodes of other shows. It doesn't really have information about him here, but I mean, that kind of just gives it away. I mean, if it's his first time doing it, obviously it's not going to be the best work possible. So I guess I got to give him some, slack there. But I mean, for Season 8, how important this is, I don't think this should be taken in rookie directors. I mean, for all I know, he could be a good director. He could have directed other shows and stuff like that. I'm actually gonna look him up real quick because, maybe he is this amazing guy who knows everything and is amazing and is a really good director. So he's a Canadian Chinese fashion designer. Alright, it's gotta be a different person. That's not the fucking same person. Director. I'll type in Dan Liu director, because obviously this other Dan Liu here is not a director. Alright, so yeah, he's a film editor. The movies, he's done The Last and West Side Story, and he's done one episode of The Walking Dead. Yeah, so he's literally done like nothing. Alright, so you just shouldn't give a rookie director such a big job of a Walking Dead episode. It's just not good, in my opinion, to do something like that. Because personally, I don't think the directing in this episode was good. Some of the shots just were not well, and I always think about how much better they could have shot the episode. The car chase sequence was cool and all, but it wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be, which is kind of upsetting. Even just the Kingdom fight itself, I mean, Carol, she did do some badass things, but I felt like it just looked off. Kind of like Episode 1 had some scenes that just looked off, but in the end, it still worked. I think they did have some cool directing shots. Definitely one of the coolest shots was definitely in the beginning when they were showing off the Kingdom, and then they panned up, and then it went over to all the dead bodies. I thought that was very well done, but that could have been something that the writer wanted to do, not even the director. The writer of the episode was David Leslie Johnson, who also did Hostiles and Calamities last season, who, it was some pretty entertaining dialogue, not gonna lie. What other episodes did he do? I'm looking back. I think that's the only episode he did. Yeah, he hasn't done any other episodes. Well, in terms of the writing was very well in this episode. I think writing was actually one of the better things about this episode. It was just the parallels between, the guilt that Ezekiel felt because he led these people into this battle and they're all dead now. And they died because of him, sort of. Not really because of him, but like, I mean, he is the leader. He's the king. He's supposed to lead them to victory, and unfortunately, they all got shot up by the Browning turrets. Which, by the way, the gore and the makeup on the dead bodies was very well done. It looked very real and very gruesome, way more gruesome than I thought they were gonna do. I thought they were gonna show dead bodies with bullet holes in them, but realistically, they're 50 cal bullets. They probably took off. They would take off limbs. They would take off body parts. They would leave guts hanging out and all that nasty shit. They would rip you open, basically, and that's exactly what the body parts looked like of these people. Limbs flying off and everything. The one girl had her arm missing. It was just very well done. Shiva's death. I want to talk about that. That was very well done as well. Surprisingly, I think if they were gonna do it, you know, I was predicting they were gonna do the mid-season finale. Actually, do it a little differently than the comics, but they actually ended up going same way as the comics, around the same time period as well, and it actually kind of worked. I mean, yeah, the CGI was a little off, but I mean that's just it's a Tiger. It's not easy to do CGI on that type of a thing for a TV show, and they don't have a limited amount of money for a budget, and you know, people are saying, oh, they only did it to save budget. Well, it fit with the story, so it's not like they only did it to save budget. And I don't think it's to save budget because it's not like they have to spend money when they're not using Shiva. They only spend the money when they're using Shiva. So if they kept her alive a little longer, it wouldn't hurt. They don't have to spend more money if they keep her alive a little longer. All they have to do is just not show her as much. That's all they have to do. They just don't show her until a certain time period, and then boom, they kill her off. That's all you got to do. I mean, yeah, because of budget is the reason why they don't show her as much, but it's not why they killed her off right here. They killed her off because of the story. The story demanded it. Ezekiel needed that pushing factor, and Kingdom's kind of just out of the war at this point. There's not really much they can do. Carol is the only one who's probably going to do anything. I think Ezekiel's just going to be laying down for a while and just resting because, of course, his legs broke, like, got shot, and I'm sure Jerry's just going to be chilling with him, maybe helping him out. I don't think he's going to leave his side, to be completely honest. I think Carol might just go out and join Rick and the others at the hopefully she joins them at the Alexandria. But yeah, they had some pretty interesting things in this episode. I really liked the usage of walkers against people, how Carol pressed the button to open up the gate so the walkers can come. I like when they use walkers as weapons in The Walking Dead. It really makes walkers kind of seem like they're important again, because obviously they're not that much of a threat anymore. But when you make them a threat, it makes everything so much more interesting. And especially when they use them as weapons. Like, I loved last season with the Winslow Walker or the Spiked Walker. Absolutely love that because it's using a walker as a weapon, and I love it when the show does that. So I really hope they do more stuff like that and down the line. Then we had the Rick and Daryl car chase. It was okay. I mean, it could have been way better. I think it would have been cooler if Rick jumped onto the car when he did, and instead of just stabbing him right away, maybe he tried to stab him, maybe the guy fought back. Maybe they had a better shot and angle on it because the angle on it wasn't very well. Maybe they he kicked him up. Maybe they fought on the truck for a little bit longer of time. Would have been more interesting, in my opinion. Maybe the truck got out of control, crashed, and then they fought on the floor, and then Daryl came to save him or something like that. And I just think that'd be more interesting, in my opinion. And it didn't look right because they were shooting the 50 cal machine gun at the car. First of all, I think it would have ripped apart the car a lot faster than it did. And second of all, I mean, he could have been shooting Rick pretty easily. I mean, yeah, he could be missing, and the guns aren't that accurate, but it didn't, Rick didn't even seem fathomed by the fact that he's shooting a fucking Browning turret at his car. I feel like Rick should have been ducking or something. I don't know. I think that was a problem with the directing, like I said. I mean, the director should have been like, all right, now you duck. And, you know, I don't know. It didn't feel right to me. But overall, like I said, good episode. Could have been definitely more fast-paced. It was a little slow in the beginning. They had too much of the Ezekiel talking to that one freaky guy. I feel like that freaky guy, that whole thing with him was kind of pointless. It didn't really do much, to be completely honest. I mean, it did make Ezekiel feel bad about himself, but he already kind of did, to be completely honest. So maybe they should have just showed more of Carol going into the place itself, and maybe showed her killing some more people. Maybe there was other people at the outpost as well, and maybe just having some badass sequences other than just the ones we got. I don't know. I felt like it would have been more inclusive into the episode, and just would have felt more welcome to the episode. And now we're getting to the point of the video where we're going to talk about next week's episode. So next week's episode is called The Big Scary You, and it's going to take place inside of the Sanctuary, as well as a little bit of Rick and Daryl on the road. They've been really smart about showing Rick and Daryl in every episode, because previous seasons people complain oh, I want to see Rick. Why isn't Rick in every episode? He's the main character. Now, no matter what, they are finding a way to stick Rick and Daryl in every episode so far this season, and I think that's a smart idea, and it's definitely keeping people who maybe are only interested in those characters around. I mean, those people shouldn't be watching the show, honestly. If you're only interested in two characters, you shouldn't be watching this show. I mean, honestly, you should be interested in all the characters, but you know, obviously, I guess not everyone's gonna be interested in everybody. But to only be interested in 2 characters kind of sounds kind of boring to me. I don't know why. I wouldn't watch the show if I was only interested in 2 characters. But yeah, and it's gonna have stuff with Eugene and Dwight, and we're gonna see what's going on with Negan and Father Gabriel. See what he does to Father Gabriel. I don't think he's gonna kill him, but you know, you never know. I guess really, because it's possible, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. It seems too early to kill off Father Gabriel. I feel like he definitely has more story to come with him. I think he'll just keep him prisoner, and they're gonna be accusing Dwight or just accusing any saviors of what happened, because they're gonna be like, how is this possible? How do they know where all the outposts are? How do they know where all the lookouts are? So they're gonna think it's someone inside, which is interesting. And hopefully we get to see Negan trying to take out the Walker herd. I really want to see that. It happened in the comics. He brought out a whole group of people to try to just take out all the Walkers on their own, without the weapons, without the guns, just with Lucille himself, because we haven't really seen Negan take out Walkers that often in the show. We really haven't, with Lucille at least. Maybe seen him do it like twice in season 7 or something, but like, I really want to see him just go ham with Lucille. That'd be really dope. Maybe some more scenes of just him and Lucille talking to Lucille, because we haven't really seen that too much. But obviously that's how he is. He talks to Lucille, but we haven't really seen that. I don't know. Whatever. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.